Hey, how are ya? Little rear admiral entrance for you if you listen to Spittin' Chicklets there. I think today we're gonna go cruise up north a little bit, but I'm also gonna try and make a video on the 5 things I love about my SV650. I was supposed to write these down on a list earlier, but I never got to it, so I'm gonna be coming up with them as I ride. I actually looked at my analytics today and noticed that the 5 things that I hate about my SV650 is doing, quite well in the retrospect. I have to make a 5 things that I love, because just like your ex-wife, even though you hate her, there are probably some things that you loved about her. Okay, so we're supposed to be talking about the 5 things that I love about my SV650. The first one is going to be the sound. The exhaust on this bike is amazing. It's a Dale Walker Whole Shot Performance exhaust that was on there when I bought it. I love like the low RPM sound of it. It's got a nice rumble to it. Once it gets up in the higher RPMs, it kind of gets a little whiny, but it's not too annoying. But for the most part, the exhaust on this thing is great. My buddy has I believe it's the Delcovic exhaust, and he's got the Shorty. That one I kind of like a little bit better. It's got the more of a throaty sound to it, so it makes the bike sound pretty mean. Ooh, second thing will have to be weight and maneuverability. I believe, according to the specs, with a full tank of gas, this bike weighs around 424 pounds, which to me feels pretty nimble. You can throw this thing around no problem. I haven't had an issue with like low speed stuff with it. I find it to be actually pretty weightless almost doing low speed stuff. It's not a real big deal. It doesn't feel like, you're going to tip over that easily or anything like that. So I really like that part of it, weight and maneuverability. So the third thing that I love about this bike has to be the motor, the V-twin. 649 cc's of pure fun and torque. It's got plenty as a beginner to where you're not going to become like uninterested with the bike as if it were, say a 300 or something like that, and you want to upgrade. I know somebody who bought, and I know plenty of people do this, he bought a brand new CBR 250 or 300, and then like less than a month later a brand new FC07 because he was done with this bike, done with the 300. So these 650s are really good. The FC07 is essentially the cleaner, more advanced version of this bike. Fourth thing would have to be seating position. It's very comfortable. The rear sets are in a good spot. I'm about 5'10", so I'm not that tall, but like my rider triangle's actually in like a pretty good position. Like my knees aren't that bent. They have a little bend to them, but you're not like, fully back there like if you're on a Super Sport. And then I don't know exactly how ooh, that felt like weightless there. That was kind of fun. I don't know how the stock bars are exactly, but these sit really well. Like my arms feel very comfortable, a little bit of bend in the elbows, and like I'm not too far hunched forward, but I'm also not like standing straight up to where I look like I'm a fucking like princess sitting on a chair. You can still look kind of aggressive with it. Fifth thing would have to be the looks of this bike. The naked versions of these I feel like look pretty well, especially if you get rid of the like stock headlight or replace it with, if you get rid of the stock headlight and replace it with something else or a different kind of front end, they can look pretty mean, I'd have to say. I like this LED headlight that's on there. I think it looks a lot better than the giant like whatever bulb single bulb headlights that is usually on the stock versions. The 5 things that I love about this bike are the sound in the exhaust, the maneuverability and overall weight, the motor, which was a hate, but it's also love, the seating position and ergonomics, and then the 5th thing would have to be the overall looks.
Peace.